Hi, my name is Brendan Constantine, and I wrote The Opposites Game. Back in 2016, I was asked to participate in a rally for an event called Gun Violence Awareness Day. This particular rally was being held in Tucson and was being coordinated in part by a lady named Patricia Maish. And she asked if I would come out and read poetry as part of the day's event. And she told me that all sorts of folks were going to be there, including people who opposed the event, but also in the audience would be friends and family of people who were struck down during the infamous Tucson shooting of January 2011, when Representative Gabrielle Giffords was shot. A number of people were shot that day, and there were a number of deaths. And I was told that family members, some of the fallen, including the mother of Christina Taylor Greene, was going to be there. She was a small child who was killed that day. And the lady who invited me, Patricia, is a remarkable woman who had helped to disarm the shooter that day. So I had this strange sort of burden. I thought, well, of course I'm going to go do this. Somebody's asked for a poem. But at the same time, I thought, what on earth am I going to say? And of course, the answer was right in front of me, because as a school teacher, I'd recently had the very experience that's talked about in the poem, but I'd never written about it. And sometimes it just seems to fall in your lap. You know, you look around and you go, oh my goodness, I'm actually walking around in a poem right now. So I wrote it in a panic, and I wrote it in the service of poetry. Somebody asked for a poem for something, and I tried to provide it. I guess the most surprising experience of the poem, and finding out where it landed, was during the March for Our Lives, the large national demonstration. Early in the day, people started to send me texts of people carrying banners with lines from the poem on them. The line, "The opposite of a gun is wherever you point it," started showing up on signs and banners and even T-shirts. I mean, and all people I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know any of these people. And that's sort of different, because they didn't just read the poem in a magazine. They took a line out of it and carried that line around with them. I mean, that's amazing. And at that point, you just go, well, this isn't your poem anymore. This is their poem now. This is Patricia's poem. This poem belongs to everybody that, remembers it. So, that was hugely surprising. I think everybody should read Bridget Pegeen Kelly's poem, Song. It's not an easy poem. It is a breathtaking, heart-rending poem. It's a poem about childhood. It's a poem about magic. It's a poem about grief. And it is a poem about sweetness, the sweetness in everything, especially the sweetness in heartbreak. I saw her read it, and when she finished, I was a different writer.
For another poem in this series, check out this video.